Hi guys, so this is my third month learning to trade penny stocks with real money, and it's been a bit of a flat month so far and had a green week this week. I closed the week I think about $8 up, which is good on my small size $300 account. So this month I've successfully traded a couple of reverse split pumps. So reverse splits are when companies reduce the amount of shares outstanding, so they therefore increase their price and they lower their float. And because they've lowered their float, the price can move much more easily. It takes a lot less to move the price. So what they tend to do after reverse splits are put out a PR to pump the price up, and because the float is low, the price can move up significantly. So I traded one this week, so I'm going to review that today. I'm not comfortable with playing day ones and also really not comfortable with playing reverse split pumps, so I took really small size on it and I'm just trying to build some data on it over time. So let's go to the chart. So the stock was CERO, that's the ticker, and this is the day of its reverse split pump here. So reverse split pump. So it did a reverse split here, which is this S symbol, and then 2 days later they have put out a PR to pump the stock. Now I'm just trying to focus on a few setups while I learn. However, what's been working on the market at the moment is these reverse split pumps. They have been in play, which is why I've focused a bit more of my attention on them, even though I'm not comfortable with them. So I've created a watch list with all the upcoming reverse splits. So I get this information from Dilution Tracker, so that will give me all the stocks that have got upcoming reverse splits, and I'm specifically looking at NASDAQ stocks only, just because of they're trying to hit certain compliance regulations, and that's kind of the whole basis of this thesis for these trades. So NASDAQ only. So I have a spreadsheet with all that information, and I also create a watch list on TradingView that has all the reverse splits. So I have them on a scanner. So the moment that they start to increase in price or volume starts to come in, something like that, if I'm watching it, which I've been trying to do, then I will see it start to move on my scan. And also a lot of these reverse split pumps, they go off around certain times, either like 7 a.m, 8 a.m, around like the hourly or half hour marks, from about 7 onwards. So they're the key times that I'm just sort of checking, has anything popped up yet? And this one did. So it pops up on my scan. Let me go to the intraday. It's on the 1 minute time frame. So yeah, it popped up on my scan. I mean, if I was really looking at it, the after hours, I could have seen that perhaps something was going on here. But anyway, caught it here. Saw it was up about 147% it was. And I was just thinking on the spot of what I've seen other reverse split pumps do, and they kind of spike, they have a pullback, and then you can get another spike out of them. But this is just such a risky entry, and I really don't like. Well, I don't mind that I did it because I've got to try it, but I'm not sure that it's going to be the one for me, because it's really hard to calculate how far this is going to pull back, and is it actually going to go again. So I've been trying to build some data on how much these pull back, and I've only got limited data at the moment, so I'm working at about 30-35%, something like that. And this did pull back, I think it was about 30%, so kind of in line with what I've been seeing. So I was going to take an entry on a pullback, and the problem here is, where do you risk off? If you've got to guess where the bottom is here. So I took an entry, this candle here, this red candle here, and I got in at 11.47 was the price that I got in at. And my risk was going to be the low of this candle here, which is 10.29ish. Now, that's a really bad entry because that's a 10% risk, which I think with these reverse split problems, you kind of need to allow a little bit more risk if you're going to trade it here. But, I don't really want to take a 10% risk. So on the spot, thinking I just went for it, and I was willing to cut there, but I don't like that entry, and I don't like going forward that's what I'm going to have to do if I trade it here. So I'm not keen on that at all. So yeah, took the entry there, had a little move up to $13.97, $14 sort of thing, and I was taking a few pieces off there. I took really small size on it, by the way, only put $34 on it because I'm new to trading and I'm new to reverse split pumps. And then what I did as it went along here, I moved my risk up, which wasn't the right thing to do. I moved it up to this low of this candle here, and when it broke that here, I cut the remaining, and so I didn't stick to my plan there, but I knew that my risk was a little bit too large, so that's why I moved it up, and that's the only area I could see to risk off. So yeah, as we can see, pre-market, it held the initial risk that I had set. So if I'd have kept it there, I would have been fine, and could have waited till market open, but that's fine. So I was all out of the trade around here, and I made about 4% on it, so neither here nor there. And then I had the idea that I actually wanted to enter this because it was looking like a weak open, and there was plenty of range for it to move into. And with these reverse split pumps, that's what I've seen them do. They've been opening weak and then hitting these pre-market highs and more. So I just let the market open, and I was thinking I'm going to risk off my original risk, which was the 10.29. So as the market opened, I saw this sort of price hovering around here on the first minute. I took my entry. I had to put a stop loss on, so it was nice and safe as well. And I got in at 10.75 this time. I got in here, and again, only put $32 on the trade. So as you can see, it didn't break the risk. It held that. It just pushed off nicely. And then I sold. My average sell was, this is really bad when you look at where it went, was 13.52, somewhere around here. And yeah, as we can see, it went up almost over 300%, something like that, so up to $27. And I don't mind that because I'm just trying it out. I'm just, seeing what's what. And to be honest, actually, that's a 25% gain. So I'm not going to overlook that. That's a really good gain. It's just that it's on such small size that it's, doesn't mean loads at the moment. But it is just about, trying it on small size, seeing what you can do. 25% gain is wicked. So that was that. And I will say as well, they put out a PR. So it was a biotech company that had news. So really important that you've got a PR to back up why these are moving, because if not, it's not going to be as strong. It may not spike, it may not continue. So I really need that PR to be in place. But yeah, going forward, I don't know about this setup at all. I do like my entry here because, not just because it's low, but because my risk is so tight. I'm comfortable with that, whether it works or whether it doesn't, and I've got a stop loss in place because it's market open. Here, you can't put a stop loss in place. I have to take a very vague guess on risk, and if it cuts that risk, I'm probably going to get slippage. And yeah, I'm probably going to, end up losing more than this area here because the price is going to move so quickly, and I've not got a stop loss in place. So yeah, I know people do trade them here and they trade them really well, but at the moment yeah, I'm not really feeling that area. It's a bit too risky for me. But I tried it, I gave it a go, and did make 4% on that one and 25% here. Just got to see how it goes. But going forward with the week, I will have my eyes on these because they have been in play, but I am trying to stick to the first green day bounce and the 3-day surge setup because they're where I'm most comfortable, and also I have days in advance to plan and analyse those trades, whereas this is very much either minutes or a couple of hours if I'm going to trade it here. So yeah, hope this was interesting. Cheers. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a setup that I'm going to trade long term. I'm already leaning towards not trading it pre-market and maybe just on like a week open morning spike type setup. But as a beginner, this is just really difficult one to play, especially being on a day one, because you've got really limited time to assess, calculate risk, calculate entry. And I don't know if that's ever going to be a setup that I'm comfortable with. I like more time to plan my trades, but just giving it a go. It's too early to say, and you've got to try things out to find out which setups you're comfortable with. So thanks for watching as always. I will catch you next Sunday.